What's up, everyone? My name is Chris Marshall with my boy Frank G. We are the host of Build the Empire podcast. Frank G, tell the people what we do.
What's going on, everybody? Chris and we discuss established empires while showcasing us building ours.
If you are listening right now, first off, I want to say thank you. Second, I'm a little high right now, Frank G. I feel like I'm in the clouds. It feels absolutely wonderful. I'm spacious. I'm creative. I'm thoughtful. I smoked very expensive orange jasmine sativa.
Orange jasmine.
Yeah, orange jasmine.
Jasmine.
It smells exactly like it, tastes exactly like it. Very exotic. And here we are getting ready to do a show, which the metaphor is that I'm in the clouds, you were in the clouds.
You may be in the clouds figuratively. Yesterday, I was in the clouds, and they certainly look like cotton candy. I'll tell you that. I jumped out of a plane. I felt like I could have eaten one of them.
Okay, so give some context. You jumped out of a plane yesterday. You are opening your mouth to eat clouds.
It just looked like delicious cotton candy.
Was this a thought process and an actual action while you're free falling for, I don't know, how long is it? 2 to 5 minutes?
No, if you're free falling for 2 to 5 minutes, you're certainly hitting the ground hard.
Well, I would, okay, I guess my term free falling you took literally. I meant just falling in general.
Yeah, you free fall anywhere for probably 30 to 50 seconds, and then you're hanging in the sky for about 5. But nah, I certainly wasn't opening my mouth to eat them as I'm falling, because at that point you're below the clouds. So 14,500 feet up in the plane, and the door's open, and we're going through clouds.
That's when your mouth is open, trying to catch a cloud as if it's a rainy day or a snowflake.
That's when I wish I could have stuck my head out the window and just took a nice chunk out of that cotton candy cloud.
Well, I tell you, we said it before air. I think jumping out of a plane is one of the least extreme things to do, but is kind of glorified as one of the most. But I probably wouldn't do it. I don't want to do any of it.
Well, I don't know if I would say the least extreme, because what is more extreme than jumping out of a plane?
Well,
so you're saying maybe in danger aspects, but there's pretty extreme jumping out of a plane and falling 14,000 feet.
I see what you're saying. I guess it can be subjective. Like, I would 100% put bungee jumping as more extreme, dangerous, scary than jumping out of a plane.
I would agree. Bungee jumping
then how do you label this?
I mean, I would say danger. You're talking in danger. So the chances of a fatal accident in skydiving is 0.0007. Might be one more zero in there, to be honest. It's that low.
Yeah, so it's lower than a car crash.
Oh, yeah. The car crash is 1 in 130, and skydiving accidents 1 in 20,000.
I tell you, your voice sounds like shit. You nailed it on that.
Yeah, well, when you're doing extreme shit, you tend to scream.
Now, is this from oxygen levels or you screaming?
No, I was just hyped up, and I guess I was screaming the whole day. So
now, go ahead.
If you're going above 14,500 feet is when you would need oxygen.
And what? You were teetering right about that height?
That's exactly where they bring you. So if we went any higher, you cannot jump without oxygen.
Now, they say adrenaline lasts typically, for the rest of the day. So when you land and you hit the ground, first off, what's the first thing you're thinking of? And then how do you feel after?
Well, the first thing you think of when you hit the ground is
made it.
You made it. You're happy you hit the ground soft.
But you knew that.
Most likely that was happening. More than anything, yes.
Well, we said last week if we wouldn't be having this show, here we are conducting the show.
Thankfully.
We knew it.
We did know it, but there's still that thought process of this is pretty extreme, and you're still putting your life in a a situation, right? I mean, you said yourself you would not do it, and I assume it's because you would not put yourself in a chance of this risk.
I always say I am not scared of death, but I do not want to die stupidly, which means putting myself at risk, which means, driving fast, going on roller coasters, anything like that. I'm good. I'm good. Pass.
I wouldn't even call roller coasters dangerous.
It's extreme, man.
I wouldn't even call it dangerous, man.
Bro, I bet you more accidents happen on roller coasters than jumping out of planes.
I would say if that's the case, it's because there's way more roller coasters, like daily. People are, Six Flags has how many roller coasters and typically how many people go a day.
I don't know. I don't know, man. It's almost like one has a bunch of mechanics and man-made shit, and the other you're just in God's hands with just a simple law of physics.
Yeah, but like we actually discussed, so with skydiving, it's utilized in other ways. So obviously there is an emphasis on safety.
I mean, sure, sometimes you got to go militant on these motherfuckers, right? And if you know how to jump out of a plane, that just benefits you.
Okay, so I looked it up and the difference is insane how much safer a roller coaster is.
As opposed to,
So the chances of a fatal accident on skydiving, like I said, is 1 in 20,000. A fatal accident or even a crash on a roller coaster is 1 in 750 million.
well, that because you gave the answer before. There's more roller coaster rides. One ride goes for like it's what 3 minutes long. So how many is that's 20 per hour? That holds 200 people per ride, right? In your plane takes how long? 2 hours the whole plane, people jumping out.
Well, you're in the plane and on the ground within probably
Yeah, but you see
15
my
minutes.
point, right? I mean, that's why those numbers are so skewed.
Well, so there's 2 roller coaster deaths per year is what I'm seeing. And
Huh. That's interesting because if you would think that someone died on a roller coaster,
they would
you
all
would.
die.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I don't, thankfully, I've not been in either accidents. I've been on many roller coasters. I've only been skydiving once.
I don't know. I've never even seen anything like gory or some crazy shit. Uh, I mean, you had that little experience where you squirting blood out your hand. That must have been something.
Yeah, and I'm sure if you guys go back to either our first or second Memory Lane Monday, you can hear that story.
Memory Lane Monday, yeah. Memory Lane Monday, where we used to shoot the shit, similar to what we're doing, both high in our own aspects. Living large, living large.
Living large, living free, enjoying any moment we can.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I tell you what, though, this past week, I have. So there was one day where I lost as much money than I earned in a 40-day window.
And I bet that made you not feel so good.
There's nothing you can do. That's part of the game. So, you can't have emotions attached to it. But there'll be a little bit. They creep in.
I bet this is where the diamond hands come in.
I tell you, I got the weakest hands on the planet.
Paper hands.
Paper hands, bro. I have talc hands. Baby
Talc,
powder. Baby
soft,
powder.
the softest substance in the world.
You know when Jumanji, when they get sucked into the game?
Yeah.
That's like my hands with shit, bro.
Well, you can't grab anything.
I immediately make a trade to buy something, get nervous, and then it goes away. I trade it. Everybody at work, they tell my strategy, buy high, sell low.
Buy high, sell low. That's your strategy.
That's what they say. Clearly, I'm not that bad, but they're funny for saying that.
I guess when you're in the financial world, they probably think that's a hilarious joke.
It is an hilarious joke that doesn't hit to people who are not in the finance world.
Yeah, I could see that.
It sucks. It sucks.
That is pretty funny, though. I could see them like in a group of 4 of them laughing at that.
Just shitting on me. Yeah.
But
Meanwhile,
I'm sure over the year or 2 years that you've been investing, whenever you got in, you made much more money than you
Well,
lost.
yeah, but this is a problem because a lot of people now, Dave Portnoy, he just literally had like a draft of him picking a shit altcoin. And so many people are making money in such bullshit ways, and they're not used to how typically the market operates.
The up and down, like,
Well, I mean, a good year is being up by 10%. Everybody right now, if you're a moron, you're up 30%. You see what I'm saying?
yeah. I mean, this 2020 and pandemic, everybody thought this is the best time to get in, and they bought low, and they probably have no idea what's happening right now because certainly things are not going their way.
Crazy. But what I was thinking is that so many people are investing in these altcoins. They're on Facebook.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Again,
Mm-hmm.
you don't want a pocket count, but if the average American has like 4 to 7 grand saved up, then how does these so many of these people have money to put in these gambling type bullshit idea coins? Do you see what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying, and I think, I mean, one, which is a small percentage, I guess, the stimulus checks, and two, things were closed. So where they was wasting their money and spending on the bar or like just doing shit,
It
they
went
like
that
it went
makes
into the
sense.
market.
That's a good answer. And right now, we're seeing inflation occur, which is
Mm-hmm.
also why everything is flattening out. That's going to be a big problem, man. That could be a very big issue for us in our age bracket for the next couple of years.
Hopefully nothing like 2008 or whatever happens again. I know a lot of people buying homes right now. Some of them
Well,
50,000 above asking price.
that's what's going to happen. The homes are going to increase even more because the price of lumber and the price of steel are all increasing, and it's going to be a potentially pain in the ass. That's for sure.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess it's good for these people who got into the market and they didn't spend their money stupidly at the bar, but they still have the same spending habits, right? If they're not saving and they're invested in these altcoins.
Well, I mean, yeah, we said it last week. I think money management, right? And if someone can't manage $10, they sure as shit can't manage 10 million.
Yeah, I would 100% agree with that.
Right? And we were at the bar yesterday, and we were talking before 2 days ago. We were at the bar, and we were saying before how people buy shots,
Mm-hmm.
and I tend like I don't want to take a shot if I don't think you're doing well because I think that's bad money management, and I almost want to save you from yourself. Does that make sense? Now it's also judgmental too, so it's a crazy situation that I'm doing in my head.
Well, yeah, but you also have no idea of these people's money situations.
No idea.
So if they're trying to be friendly and you haven't seen me in a year and a half because the bars are closed and you want to buy me a shot, I'll take it.
A year and a half at 10.
A year and a half or 10 years.
Yeah.
I haven't been to a bar on Staten Island in a year and a half.
Yeah, so it's yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna pass on that. I try to buy my own shot and keep it
Well,
moving. Bars opening though, that's a good sign, I suppose.
yeah, well, I get that's probably up in the air for people, right? I think I read that 37% of adults are vaccinated in the
Well,
US.
what are you doing over there?
I'm talking to you.
I know what you're talk. I know who you're talking to. All right.
Are
Uh,
we talking in terms of vaccinations?
yeah, yeah. You getting you
I
getting the
got
shot
I got asked at work today when I'm getting my shot.
by who?
By a coworker, not my boss. I was with my boss and a couple other people. It's typically a sensitive topic at work, right? Because it's not forced. It's not
It's a
something you
sensitive
have to
topic
do.
everywhere for no reason, really.
Well, it's at work. I feel like it's more political, right? Because these people. If you're asking me, it's because you want me to get it. You want me to tell you I'm about to get it.
That's a good point. Unless they want to go radical the other way with it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I typically I don't see why you would ever bring that up if you're going the other way. But it's like everyone else, right? They're trying to give me Yankee tickets to get the vaccine. I mean, right now I am not scheduled to get the vaccine. It was brought up Johnson and Johnson like a month ago or whenever.
Yeah.
And then 2 days later, very few women had the blood clots. And I told my friend
Sketchy.
who works at the doctor's office, no, thank you.
Pass.
And I am all for everybody who believes in it, getting it. And if it's going to help me continue living normally, I want you to get it as well. I don't want you to get hurt from it. I don't think you're going to get hurt from it, but you don't know.
Fucking guy, we got it. We got it. You're not getting the vaccine. We got it.
Well,
And who gives
you knew
what?
that already.
I didn't know. I asked.
I'm pretty sure you do.
I mean, I could have an assumption, but yeah.
Well, I guess now we know my side of it. What is Chris Marshall over there doing besides talking to me?
You know, dazed in the clouds, recording a podcast. But if you're asking for my stance, I think I'm good.
You're going to pass.
Until my life gets inconvenient from it. However, I don't like this PR surrounding me, like constantly bribes in a way, constant
That's
talk
what I'm
and
saying.
dialogue.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know, it seems like if everybody's taking it as well, then cool. Like if everyone jumps off a bridge, like I mean,
You're
I may
not jumping
too.
off. What? That is silly.
I mean, bro, if a meteor came
Okay. Now, okay.
and
Circumstances.
and killed everybody on the planet but you're not, you wouldn't be like, damn.
I would certainly be like, damn, but I think it would be my responsibility to bring the human race back to population.
That's cool. Did a female live?
I I guess that's my life goal now, to go find this female and repopulate.
I love this story. I think this could be something here.
I mean, I hope it's not something.
I could put this in a script and sell it to Hollywood, though. Man,
this has definitely been a thing already. There's definitely a movie or a show based on this.
I don't know, man. I like to think that I have one of a more unique minds than most people when it comes to ambitious, self-confidence, motivation, and optimism. And I don't know. I think in that instance where I lost all my family and friends and assumably every single person on earth, I'd be pretty pissed.
I'm sure you would be feeling a flood of emotions. I certainly would be a little depressed after that. But
yeah, but I mean,
you still gonna have like the gonads or like to kill yourself? I don't know.
Oh no, that's a no. That's a no. Right.
So you're
So
not
now,
jumping.
Okay, that I guess that was a bad analogy because then I switched it. Do you see what I'm saying?
As in, you wouldn't.
Yeah,
jump.
I mean, like if you see people jumping, you'd be like, "You're a jerk off. What are you doing?"
Yeah, I mean,
But
you're not gonna drink the punch just because everyone else is drinking the punch.
correct. But like if it's forced upon you, then I you,
Well, if you were the only one who's, well, to your knowledge, that has survived, it is not forced upon you. You're almost given a gift.
yes, the way you're looking at it is extremely inspirational, my man, and it's enlightening for me in this particular moment, I suppose, to have a life goal to reproduce, right? And then this is how you're kind of turning it, which is great. Except I'd be pretty damn pissed if I got to find shelter, food, and do all this and hope for the next 50 years I find a female to reproduce with.
Yeah, well, now at this point, all the knowledge and skills in the modern world are like almost useless. Now you need to go back to being able to build shit and starting fires and hunting. So now you got to learn a whole new set of skills.
I mean, it would be interesting. I think I don't know. It's funny how I guess first world countries, civilizations advance so far to the point like us, where our minds can conceptual ideas and principles in a way that back then our ancestors could not, right? But they possessed an ability to survive in which we can't now, although we're more complex.
Yeah, I mean that's I guess the evolution of humans. I mean that's why we are the number one on the food chain. That's because we can think for ourselves. We can craft tools. I mean, there's still that knowledge out there, right? There's still environment. I don't know, people that live intense in the forest. So it's not like that's a lost knowledge.
I mean, it'd be very hard for me to go in the brush somewhere and find food.
Food probably all right. Now food, yeah, unless you have crops. I feel like I'd be able to survive though. I feel like I'd find a way. I've always thought of that.
Well, yeah, survival of the fittest, and I mean your body and mind is capable of amazing things. So I think you will find a way, but it would sure suck. It would like you'd find this bush you could eat and eat the bush for months.
Yeah, well, I mean,
And that's another thing. It's like you may eat a bush that you can't eat.
yeah, you may eat a poison berry or something, or a mushroom that doesn't make you trip but kills you.
I bet you would can. Which what? Well, well, to kill you would. You wouldn't want that
I
one.
don't want that. No,
Uh,
I ain't trying to saute up some death. Like,
so wait a second. You're stuck in the woods. You're in the brush. You
mm-hmm.
have to survive. You're hungry. You haven't eaten in a day and a half, right?
Yeah,
And you're using energy building.
yeah.
You come across magic mushrooms and what you know are magic mushrooms. Do
Uh-huh.
you eat them?
So I'm not sure of the nutritional value of magic mushrooms.
I understand. You're getting absolutely no nutritional value. You just know you're gonna trip balls for the next 6 hours, but you have to try and do something and find food.
That taking those will certainly hinder my ability to find further food for the
Yeah.
next 6 hours.
Well, that's the question.
So I would pick those mushrooms, put them in my pocket, go find food, and now save those mushrooms for a time where I am safe. And I know I will be okay. Like that's almost like
So,
imagine a
what if you know the
zombie.
mushrooms are gonna go bad in a couple of days?
Well, then I have a couple days to find food for at least the time period that I'm about to trip balls.
Huh. Interesting. You're in a life crisis and you still manage trip balls.
Well, I said, I think a little responsibly that I would make sure that I'm safe first. But like, imagine you're in a
You could be
zombie
in a complete safe
apocalypse.
zone now and it totally fuck up.
If you were in a zombie apocalypse, would you ever smoke weed? Would you ever get high in that state of mind, knowing that there are brain eating monsters out there?
That's a great question. Um, that's a great question. What a stupid question. I think the answer is yes. I think I would, man. Just imagine you're in your house, and first off, I started a show saying, I'm in the clouds over here. Just imagine you're in your house and you have a couple of things rolled up. You're not gonna be like, fuck it, psh, spark the lighter.
I was asking you because you said you were in the clouds. I was just curious if you would be in the clouds then. I just feel like, unless you have a secure shelter, there's always some chances of crazy shit happening, right? Like a break in or like a window's loose. Now you got a zombie in your house. You don't
I
want to be
mean,
high
you
and
could
dealing
live
with
in the
that.
hood and be with dealing with the same issues.
I mean, I guess it could be anywhere. But
I mean, yeah.
at that point, you're banking on like human decency. Zombies don't give a fuck about you.
I mean, a lot of people don't give a fuck about you. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, but the probability of them being able to murder you with like their that being like something they do.
I don't know, bro. We're not gonna get into it, but that shit is happening overseas right now.
Well, are you talking about like war?
Yeah, and I mean, I would imagine the really bad areas in even America, the poverty-ridden areas are almost as bad as third world countries, if not, yes, they are.
Well, I mean, that's why we have law enforcement. I mean, bad shit happens all the time. But obviously, I mean, I would assume there's more good, as we always say.
I mean, sure, but it'll always be a scarlet letter.
Well, you certainly don't think about getting high now. You just do it. You had to think for a second in the zombie apocalypse. Is this smart?
I mean, what do I have? I mean, you're asking me if I get high or not. What do I have access to outside of the marijuana here? Like, do I have AKs and ARs that I know how to shoot properly? Do I have swords and katanas and
You
nunchucks?
you could have a sword
Do
and a gun of your choice. I don't
do
know.
I have
I'm not saying you went the training.
three dogs like
If you,
German
I
shepherds?
was gonna say, if you want 3 shadows, sure.
Shadow ain't doing a goddamn thing.
I mean, he certainly will balk and wakes you
Yeah,
up.
Shadow is a watchdog. All right. So I mean there's two types of there's a guard dog and a watchdog and I guess a lazy dog. So it's cool to have a watchdog. Certainly
You
annoying.
you'd rather have the watchdog than the guard dog?
No, not in a zombie apocalypse.
I don't know if I would want a guard dog in a zombie apocalypse. That dude's just gonna get bitten. He has to literally use his mouth, and so do the zombies.
Oh, I see what you're saying. The zombies aren't even gonna care the dog's there.
Y-
Zombies don't care. They just keep moving.
Yeah, I don't know if this dog's smart enough to gnaw their head off, and the zombie's just gonna keep going.
Huh.
He's gonna lose an arm. The dog's gonna be playing with it in the
I
corner.
mean, it sure gives me a distraction.
In that sense, that it's like a watchdog. It caused some attention for you to react now.
Yeah. Hopefully I'm also with people. I'm with people. I can get high with people as well. There ain't no way that a block is not going to armor the block up and then have a circle and kind of like put all their weaves together. It's like
I
one of
don't.
the first things you got to do is ration out the weaves.
I don't know if people are sharing their weeds in those moments. You probably got the most on the block.
Yeah. Well, what do you think I'm going to do? Is throw it in the middle and be like, I can't smoke this. Zombie apocalypse. Here you go, guys.
You're gonna put it. You're gonna get a safe just for the weeds.
I thought about buying a safe and then I just ironically just didn't want to spend the money.
I mean, would you just put cash in that safe, or you have other valuables?
So that's another question too: is what do you put in the safe, right?
I mean, I guess
And
you could put a gun if you have
I
a
mean,
license.
you could put cash, but I don't do that now. Put
Yeah,
a what?
I said to me a gun. I mean, I would think like a weapon would be in a safe nowadays. Who's putting cash really in a safe?
Man, no one,
Yeah,
no one.
that's useless.
I yeah, I tell you, I just a Facebook ad just got me to buy a product about an hour ago. I'm very happy with the product. Uh,
You don't even have it yet.
you didn't let me finish yet.
All right.
You didn't let me finish yet.
You see, all right, all right. Let's hear it.
I said I'm very happy with the product, and
Uh-huh.
then I was gonna say I didn't get it yet, but I'm very happy with what I saw.
Okay. I guess I spoke too soon for you.
Yep,
What's this product?
it's a journal that gets you to interact with it, but it's for when you're high.
How does it get you to interact?
It like asks you questions and what to write about, and it's like gets your creative shit flowing.
Okay, so it doesn't like randomly talk to you though. You have to hit a button or something.
No, it's a book. It almost is like a coloring book, but like
Oh, so it's just like questions in a book.
yeah, but like or activities. I don't know exactly, but it's seemed pretty damn cool. Yeah, it was pretty damn expensive too, though. But
Interesting.
this other Facebook ad that I've been looking at for quite some time is they send you gold.
They send you gold.
Yeah, they send you a 2 gram or a 2.5 gram little USB looking gold bar, and it's you pay like 50, $100 a monthly subscription. So I would put the gold in a safe.
I wonder what the chances are of a monthly subscription of gold. How often that gold is being stolen or lost?
It's all registered and it is pretty legit. Like I've been watching it a lot now. It has a code. Like it's a pretty legit business. Plus, they advertise on Facebook with thousands and thousands of comments. Obviously, they upcharge it and not much more than the spot price. But again, it's just a way to hedge yourself from inflation, right? If you wanted right now to go buy a bar of gold, where the fuck you going?
I guess a jewelry store, which is
And
now
they
overpriced.
they brought yeah they would even it would be so overpriced and they wouldn't probably have a bar of gold for you.
Well, I would need to know the price of this. How much is that 2 gram gold worth that you're paying $1,500?
It's $50 a month.
Oh, it's 50. I thought you said 1,500.
No, it's $50 a month, like, and it's just like a little,
That's
you
more
know,
doable.
yeah.
I thought you said 1,500, and I was like, that's gonna probably get stolen.
No, I mean it's small enough that it comes in the mail, like in a credit card slot. It's like a credit card, as in except that SIM card would be the gold.
No, I guess. I mean, people still have gold. I don't. It's not the common person, but some people still have gold like that.
No, I mean again, it's just a way to hedge inflation. You won't make much money long term saving on gold. But if that zombie apocalypse you said comes around, you may be able to barter it. That's for sure.
I mean, I'm sure something's gonna be bought. I don't know if it's gonna be food or what are they gonna do with gold?
I mean, if they got mad food, they may be like, all right, I know this gold's going to be up in price again. Here you go. Here's some soup.
That's if society continues running.
I mean, the whole idea is that it is again, and it would probably repeat.
I don't know. Zombie apocalypse just sounds like you're waiting for the last person on Earth to get bitten by a zombie, and then unless I guess you can eradicate all the zombies.
Well, now if you're that last person on Earth, wouldn't you be like shit?
If I was now running from a monster trying to eat me, I would be much more tight as if I was the last person on Earth with no zombies. Certainly would be much more.
Would your goal to be try and find someone to reproduce with?
I certainly wouldn't want to be alone for the rest of my life. I mean, we're humans. We like to belong. We like to interact.
Well, with that being said, let's lock up the show. I did want to add to be professional, in which I was not. We were supposed to have New York Times seller on the show. They did email to confirm, but due to Frank G lackadaisical effort and commitment to good production, we could not do that, and I had to ignore the person, which is typically a Gen Z thing, and I feel bad. And don't ever do that. But I guess I am a contradictor.
Yeah, very interesting. Don't I would also say don't throw your friends under the bus in an imaginary situation or an exaggerated situation like that. But we did miss due to my scheduling, and we definitely are upset about that. So we do apologize. Hopefully, in the future, who knows, something could happen again.
I tell you, if you made it this far, I mean, it's just good to know. Just
We
good
love
to
you.
know. Yeah. Thank you. Rocking with the best, man.
And I advise everybody to go skydiving. Peace.
No.